Science, Technology and Innovation, and we have particularly supported him in the development of drugs locally and vaccines, and that's Dr. Matthias Magola. Dr. Matthias, he stepped out briefly, but Dr. Matthias Magola, wherever you are welcome to take your seat. The fourth is Mr. Amos Tindiebwa, who is the Managing Director at Fresh Cuts. You're welcome to take your seat. As we wait for Dr. Matthias Magola, I'll briefly introduce you to the topic that we were going to be discussing this afternoon. And the topic for this particular panel is bottlenecks in Africa's innovation, industrialization, and value addition journey. Value addition is indeed the way to go for Uganda, a developing economy, not only for Uganda, but also for the African continent. We've taken quite a number of strides, and before we do kick the discussions, I will make it a bit interactive right away from the start. And I'll start by asking the audience to name, and this is particularly to identify how much of knowledge we have in the arena of innovation, specifically scientific innovations. Name at least 3 innovations, Ugandan innovations, local innovations that you know. Anyone? About 3, you can just put up your hand and the microphone will be passed to you to name just one innovation that you are associated with, that you think has successfully gotten onto the market. Duncan, you can move the microphone around if there is any individual that knows an innovation, a Ugandan innovation or an African innovation. Let's widen the scope. There is a hand at the back end. You're welcome, Dr. Matthias Magola. You can take your seat. There's a hand at the back end. Just give the lady the microphone to... Yes, please. Your name and the innovation.
Covidex. My name is Naika. I work with Equity Bank. Covidex, which helped us during the COVID period.
Thank you, Naika. Any other one to name just one innovation that, in your view, there's a hand here, there's this gentleman, one innovation that you believe has successfully taken shape within the geographical boundaries of Uganda, but also on the African continent?
My name is Richard. I'm a public sector consultant. One innovation that I know about is the Chira EMV, the electronic motor vehicle.
Chira EV. Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen some buses, Kayola, and the like. I think that's a successful one. Thanks.
Thank you. This lady right in front of me.
Thank you very much. I am Dr. Isabella Pugh, the head anesthesia at Kabale University. So the innovation I have in mind that I'm aware of is the malaria products from Microhim. I attended the launch in Tinda, and I think this far they've really done great work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's another one here. I'd ask for 3, but we can do 5. That you believe has successfully hit the market. Under the Science, Technology and Innovation Secretariat, Office of the President, we have the idea to market journey. And this journey, when you come for the support, we categorize you from idea to viable product, rather idea, prototype, viable product to commercialization. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Walter is my name, Managing Director, Scogem Enterprises Limited. One innovation which has inspired me as a technologist is an organization using waste biomass, talk of waste products from agricultural produces.
What's the name of the innovation?
They are combusting biomass to generate electricity by taking it through pyrolysis method, and they are able to supply the rural community with electricity, and also the refuse or the residues from the combusted biomass is used for making fertilizer and manure, but also...
In the interest of time, just name the innovation. And we thank you though, thank you for your input. One last one and we move to today's agenda. There's a hand.
Thank you.
Yes,
good afternoon.
Yes.
My name is Stephen Barievuga. I'm from the Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Our mandate is to register intellectual property. The innovation that I want to talk about is the Rwenzori Mountains of the Moon Geographical Indications Coffee. Geographical indications is about Uganda identifying the unique aspects that make a particular product stand out from the global market. Now, Uganda's only geographical indication so far is the Rwenzori Mountains Geographical Indication Coffee. It's from the Rwenzori Mountains, and the reason it stands out is because it has traceability. It comes and grows from an area that has unique features, and it's selling like hotcake in the European market. As the URSB, we've made contact with partners and ensured that this unique coffee is positioned as a product from Uganda.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. So we shall move. The reason I did this was to speak to our pride and confidence that we have in our innovations, but also to have the culture of celebrating our own, that we're on a journey, a very good journey towards that, but I also encourage us to own our innovation journeys, our scientific innovation journeys, but also this will also help us in identifying where the different weaknesses are instead of celebrating other people's achievements. And that speaks to so much, including our own history. I'll be really moving quickly into the panel discussions, and it's not by mistake that these discussions will be happening here. Like I said earlier, my mother does root from this particular area, Ntungamo district. And if I can give you a bit of childhood recap, when I visited as a young boy in Ntungamo district, Rentobo here, in the hills of Rentobo, I'm a born of Kampala, but the first time I visited, my first encounter was a really, really rural area that, and my personal experiences, to share this with you on a lighter moment, was a house that, or a community, if I may put it that way, that was really underdeveloped, full of rats. My first experience was rats and dog bites, but we moved away from that. And really seeing this here gives me courage, and that the African continent is taking shape, and Uganda in particular is on a rightful journey to economic development. Well, the panel today is going to be discussing a key issue, and I'll recap again, and that's the bottlenecks to Africa's innovation, industrialization, and value addition journey. And the first question will go straight away to, I'll make it a universal question to my panelists. And the first question will be, on the panel we have innovators, we have remarkable names within the industrial sector, we have leaders or people that do influence policy, and these will be casting an eye or putting a spotlight on today's topic. For the innovator, I'll start with Dr. Matthias Magola to briefly give us a recap into what he thinks on his journey, because he has taken really tremendous steps through the innovation journey. What are the major bottlenecks that you've identified on your journey, and how did you resolve them as an innovator, but also an entrepreneur? Thank you.
Thanks very much for that question. But I usually start with one thing. You know very well, you've heard that currently I've filed more than 100 patents in the US, and I continue to file more. And some of these patents have already been published by the US Patent Office. But the question is one: how are you able to tackle, including diseases that have failed the white man? When you read about our patent, the recent one for cancer, for Alzheimer, for malaria, for HIV, using very advanced technologies. These have already been published by US Patent Office. But how have we been able to do this or to tackle this? Imagine somebody from Africa. I start with one thing, and I'm happy the bishop and the priest talked about these issues. There is one thing that we failed to appreciate. We think we are here alone. We think we came here by mistake. And when the bishops or the religious people tell us about the Creator or about God, we think maybe they are wasting their time. We don't pay attention. We say, after all, they are the one who's saying these words. But I tell you, if you have faith and you discover the reason why you are here, you will do great things that the world will be amazed. If we believe that everything starts with our Creator God, then we'll be able to do great things that will make a change to the rest of the world. It is not easy. The journey has not been easy at all. But I want to assure you, especially all those people who want to follow in our footsteps of being entrepreneurs. You heard my colleague. He said it's not easy. Don't think we enjoy. We live a life of sacrifice. We face so many rejections, ridicule. People laugh at our ideas. I remember they invited me to a conference in Washington, World Vaccines Congress. And because I do a lot of publications in international journals, so I met all the who and who's in this world, including top professors from Harvard, from Pfizer, from big pharmaceutical companies. Because when they read about my work, my patents and my publications, one of the professors said, "So you are Magola?" I said, "Yes." He said, "We thought you were a robot. How can somebody come from Africa and is able to do this?" So I want to assure everyone here, it is possible, as long as you believe that you are not alone, that you need guidance from the Creator. You will do greater things. The journey is long. Looking for money in Africa is a big challenge. But guess what? We have our president, our government. Our president is a man of vision. And I can tell you, without his guidance, without his support, you will not be here, we will not be seeing a park like this. So I think we clap for our president. Secondly, I appreciate that Ugandans, we need to support our own. We need to support Ntungamo. Because when government supports something like this, and I understand government also owns a stake in this facility. So when government owns a stake in this facility, it then belongs to you, all Ugandans. It's going to change the course of our country. So we need to continue to give support to this kind of innovation. What we go through as entrepreneurs, you can't believe it. Raising money is a challenge. Nobody wants to look at us. Our competitors, the other side, especially in the US, in Europe, in China, they have cheaper finance. In Africa is a challenge, big problem. You borrowing money at above a 20% interest rate, you can't pay. That's why, and actually, it's a song now, that 95% of all companies, they don't see the 10th birthday. So they all collapse, they all crumble. Why? Because we lack the capital, we lack the support.
Mr. Magola, on that very particular issue, which cuts across, in dealing with innovations, generally as a country, we've realized that credit access and financing is a cross-cutting challenge. What are the different endeavors, not only as an entrepreneur, have you undertaken to influence so that we can have better financing structures, better credit access for the various innovative ventures, not only on policy influence, but also on engaging key stakeholders that are affected, but also that can implement creation of better policies in the same arena?
I think our government, that China has been able to achieve this kind of acceleration in terms of growth. They have been supporting their own. Because the cheapest capital that I really request our government, they need to support entrepreneurs. Don't leave them to banks, because banks will not take them.